Hey everyone, my name is Jesse. I am the author and designer of this game, the Hidden Ones TTRPG. And this is one of our play sessions. Just keep in mind that it is a play test, and so a lot of times rules will change in between sessions. My players obviously have never played this system before, so take it very light. And if you have any suggestions on different rulings or rules that can be implemented, changes to be made, put them in the section. Who knows? Maybe you'll see your suggestion show up in a future video. So, without further ado, enjoy.
I am here. It's time to fuck some shit up.
It is. Alrighty.
Time for Zavin to hide in his bunker.
Last night I started my D&D campaign and gave the players a hand horror as a mini boss. It was fun.
Nice.
I mean, it's probably my favorite creature in D&D, hand horror. For some reason, I love it.
Nice. Alright. So, last session, pretty much you all just decided on a course of action and then began hunting. Heath took some time to learn some new fighting skills and discovered that he leans more into twisted than anything else. Gained some
But
new...
he's like the good kind of twisted.
Yep.
Like pushes boundaries so he can get stronger. He doesn't fuck with boundaries just because he can.
At which point you all decided to go investigate the third anchor down in the Poya Crane Desert. Upon flying there, you landed a little ways away, did a quick read terrain for about 1.5 miles, got nothing, and so decided to try to get closer. Upon getting closer, you found out that there are mech guards around the base who opened fire with missiles as you all grouped up, which gave us a chance to test out the new death system. Very kind of you all to do that.
Sorry for that.
Everyone managed to barely scrape through, at which point Zavin put a dome around you all. Pax did manage to teleport one of the missiles into one of the artillery batteries and completely destroyed it. And then proceeded to use a portal to take the first of the remaining batteries off the top of the cliff. So, with that, we are at... Looks like I deleted the other things. So this is going to have an initiative value of... was it 5? I think it was 5. There we go. Alright, so with that, top of the initiative order, let me just do a couple.
Yay, more cyber blades.
Yay, more cyber blades. On the... Actually, we are just going to do...
Technically, Pax shouldn't be here. Yeah?
Why
She
not?
should be, didn't he the last thing I recall him doing was after I domed, he had a portal that was open, and it's still open, where he teleported in and beat up a bunch of robots. So he's where he was left off.
And step back
Like
through.
the robots.
I saved one action for him so he could come back through. And he did.
Okay.
Yep. So, he went out, killed them
Are
both.
all the robots gone, or?
No, so you have... Let me see what you can see there. Stupid terrain wall. Okay. Hang on. Let me make this easier. Didn't...
So there's one iron drone up to the left.
Where's my wall grabber. The rock walls aren't reading his height. That's the one thing Foundry can't really do is like see over
Yeah,
things.
they don't do height. Yeah.
So
They should have layers, but they don't.
yeah, there you go. That
Topography.
should clear it up. So now you can see the two batteries. The artillery of the second battery is behind the back line of the cliff, so that's why you can't see it. But there are two batteries up there on the cliff, and that is all you know about. So, Heath, you're up. You are in a double layer dome of Zavin's creation, and have 6 moves left.
Okay. So Keith will just stretch after dying and returning to life.
By the way, Jason, your character has maxed out defense as of now because I'm giving them both of my defense abilities. So the +3, which I can give to like 5 of the characters, myself included, and then the +1, which I can give to only one character. So you have 10 defense, so you can go buck wild fairly safely.
Sweet.
Yep.
So is Pax's portal still open?
No, it is not.
Okay.
I shut it down so they didn't like fire missiles through it.
Yeah, because then our defense would invert in that the explosion would be entirely contained.
The campaign just ends with this like inside a bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be since it's a bubble, it would be worse than if it wasn't one, because then like the energy can concentrate.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Heath, you just gonna stretch in there?
I stretch and I hold my action. It comes at us. I
Okay.
will cast flower at it.
Alrighty. Let me see here. Iron artillery. From the outside of this dome, you don't hear heavy guns. You hear the whistle as the remaining iron drones open up and launch a pair of rockets.
So we'll have to go
What?
through 2 defense 10 walls with 10 wounds.
All right.
All of us have defense 10 as well.
Yep.
Yes.
Sounds good. Those will hit at the end of the round. So Zavin, you're up.
Well, I could just keep on making more walls. There's really nothing stopping me aside from the fact that we need air.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what I'll do is I'll probably just open up a little tiny hole at the very. Well, I know they're firing at us from Meta North, so I can just straight up open a little air hole.
Okay.
Meta South. So in doing that, I'd have to first I'd have to drop your +1, Jason, so I could carve a hole.
Oh, that's fine. Go for it. I think
Actually,
defense 9 is
no.
pretty good.
Technically, I don't, because I can use reshape. I'd have to hit a boost though, so I'll go ahead and roll for boost.
Okay.
Or dual cast, but either one works. I think my boost is better chance than my dual cast. Yes, I get it.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and spend 1 move to reshape the wall so that there's an air hole
All right.
in the Meta South location. And then I'll use another move to just make another wall. That wall also having an air hole, of course.
Sounds
And
good.
then those are both auto cast because my thanks to my focusing tool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just hold my moves for emergency heals in case bad stuff happens.
Alrighty.
So, Jesse, am I to assume then that my boost lasts for only my active round, or am I allowed to use it as off action? So I say I want to hold for emergency heals. Does that mean I only get one heal, or do I get multiple heals because I activated a boost?
If you're holding for emergency heals and that's the specific thing you're doing, then yeah, you can boost that. So you're just sitting there to auto heal.
So I'm holding my boost then basically until the start of my next round. In which case I would have to roll again to see if I can hit a boost.
Yeah, the thing you wouldn't be able to boost is be like, okay, if this happens, I want to, cast this dome and then deal a wound and then like chain like.
Yeah, like you can't boost multiple different actions.
Yeah, but you can boost the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Pax, you do know the location of these creatures. So.
Okay, let me think here.
So I'm sitting
how
on
high
12
is that
charge
wall?
points.
50 feet.
Okay. Let me see.
You got your brand spanking new teleporter.
I know. That's why I'm thinking if I can see up to where they are, and I can put the two ends of this portal anywhere I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put one right outside the dome, and the other one under the feet of the Cyberblade. Actually, no. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put one end under the Cyberblade, and the other end, like, 50 feet in the air.
Alright, which Cyberblade?
The last known positions, I suppose.
Can you ping
I can see.
Can you ping it? Okay, just hold down your mouse. Hold down, click.
That's the only thing I can see right there. I can see that and the iron drones.
Okay, that's an artillery. The blades are...
Oh, is it? Okay.
You can't see the blades, actually, right now.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll do it in the artillery then.
So, alright. Just gonna drop it.
Like one end's just have it plummet 50 feet to the ground right outside the right outside the dome.
Alright. Then it is going to... Whoops. Stop pausing. It is going to fall right there and suffer 50 feet. That is 5. Strength 8 hits. Strength of 8.
Wait, aren't those the things that go boom? Or no?
Those are the things that go boom if they break wrong because they have missiles on them.
I think everything will break wrong if they fall 50 feet.
Defense.
okay.
Catch stuff on his legs.
Okay.
What? 20 feet is like below 20 meters. 50
For...
feet is below 20 meters. It's not that much.
Okay.
Oh. Well, it takes... you hear a clang as it takes 1 wound from the fall.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And is just kind of sitting outside. So you still have 6 moves, Pax. But you are sealed in a multi-layered stone. Unless you jump.
Okay. So no, this is a problem though because it fired missiles at this spot, so the missiles might actually hit it and then chain reaction. But I got my emergency heals. I'll be fine.
Also have my emergency heals.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a portal essentially that if you jumped upward, you could essentially use like the edge of the portal as kind of a ledge and land right behind this iron drone and then jump back to outside.
I can turn off because I can turn off gravity.
Oh wait, the portal's not inside the dome. Never mind. You can't get to the outer.
It's just
edge.
outside the dome.
Yep. So, y'all are kind of sitting in a bubble right now.
That's fine.
Yep.
I am going to close off. I guess I'll close off that portal because I don't need to maintain the ability. And then I'm just gonna portal punch the the artillery.
Okay. Half.
But I'll step off to the side so it can't shoot us through it.
You can't. The portal's not inside the dome. The portal is from where it was
No,
to.
I'm opening up another portal. Like.
Oh, you already used your on-turn ability.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I was thinking, I was like, did we also get the ability to use 2 abilities in one turn?
Yeah,
Or...
it's our level divided by 5.
No, but that's what you can maintain.
That's
not
maintain.
use.
That's concentration. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine.
So.
What I want to do. Okay, so down here, I am going to. I'm gonna do this. Since Zavin can shape the portal open and then back closed again, which you could do off turn, I'm assuming.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Spell effect.
my reshape is a spell, not an
Okay.
ability, which means I would have to have held action to do that.
No,
But
that's
I'm
fine.
holding action to heal myself because I'm
No,
prepared
no,
for the
that's fine.
worst case.
I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm going to walk up to the edge of the dome,
All right.
right next to this thing. So in case it opens fire, it's just gonna shoot me.
Okay. Sounds good. And with that, the missile.
There's 3 defense, 10 walls that has to get through, plus 1 more if we count him.
Yep. Well, the blast radius of this particular missile is 1 yard, so it will hit. I'm going to roll these one at a time because it has to pierce each shell to actually do damage. It does 10 wounds at a strength of 10. So this will. The first shell is cracked. The second shell is cracked. And the third shell holds.
Good. But
So-
I imagine I can hear the damages, and I'm like,
You
"Ah,
can.
jeez."
And that wouldn't have hit you no matter what because it's only a 1 yard range. But it was going to blow the shells off, essentially, is what they were trying for.
Expose us.
Mm-hmm. So there is a massive just. And Zobin, you feel a little bit as these 2 outer layers of the shell just disintegrate in the blast. And then you hear something very peculiar as I'm going to make these invisible because they're outside your shell and you can't really see anything. Actually, I'm going to make everything invisible because you are not able to see it. You begin to hear the sound of blades slashing into. Okay, 6 attack, strength of 6 versus defense of 10. Strength 6, defense 10 is a 6+.
Can we hear where this is coming from?
Yeah, like right here on the shell.
Okay.
And right here. So that's 2 wounds. Uh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. Eight, 9, 10 wounds. As you all kind of just wait and watch, listening to the scratching, you see 2 cyber blades with these little almost Doc Ock style robots clinging to their backs that seem to be pumping them some sort of energy, functioning almost like a battery for them. As these 2 slash through. Let me do some measuring. 15, they already used, it took them 3 moves to get through. Alright, so the Cyber Blades have carved out and shattered the last shell, but they are out of moves. Heath, you are up.
Well, I could just if I hit a boost, I could just boost and make like 4 shells.
That would be funny.
Oh no, a Cyberblade makes a shell. Anyways.
Yep.
Hey. So okay, I shout to Zavin. Zavin, follow me. And I go to Pax.
Alright.
I go here. Cast Spike Flower on this one.
Okay. What is the radius of Spike Flower?
5 feet. The range is 5 feet.
5 yards. Alright. Let me see how far apart it is.
5 yards. I am still in D&D mode.
That's alright. It's the same. It's 5. 5 tiles. Alright, so you're gonna hit all of them.
I'm sorry.
No, but I want to. Wait. What was the number of targets? It's number of targets 6. So I could.
Oh wow.
It's not an area, right?
I
It's just a
could hit
multi-target.
both of them with 3 each.
3 per blade.
Okay, so I will cast it.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
Just let me. Do I have rechannel or don't I have rechannel? I have rechannel. That's very good. Just let me check how it works.
So you're targeting each of the blades with 3 wounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so I will cast it.
Alright. 19, they are going to try to repel. 1 fails. And this one succeeds. Alright, how many? That's 3 wounds for this one? Oh.
I get 2 dire points.
What are you? Wait. Okay, so if you pull those out, both of them will succeed on their repel.
Oh, I like pulled them out.
Yeah, you essentially lower the focus that the spell was cast at.
Okay, I didn't think it worked that way.
Yeah, that's how it works. So
What if I pull out only 1?
then your spell is at an 18, and both of them will pass the DC.
Okay, so I can pull.
No.
Well, what's going on? You're trying to do something? What?
I tried to do rechannel, but it turns out I casted too weak for that.
Yeah, rechannel allows you to subtract 4 focus points from your spellcasting roll to gain a dire point, but it lowers your spellcasting roll by the amount of dire points you reduce it, or sorry, by the amount of focus you reduce it. So to take 4 dire points out of that would be to roll at a 15 instead of a 19, and to do that, both of the blades would pass instead of only one of them passing their repel roll. So this one is going to take
The one on the left.
Yep.
There's got to be more rules to it than that, because I don't see why you can't just like kidnap someone completely helpless and then just keep on casting a spell that can't hurt them to get dire points.
That's
I mean,
we've talked about that.
Yeah.
I believe. Let me check the actual spell wording.
The rules was checked when the character successfully casts a spell in a chaotic situation. It doesn't count when you just kidnap someone and
you can't farm dire points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
not like a video game.
I
if
did.
you have a really high focus, you can kind of farm them with how are they called, formation spells.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Lee and I talked about it, that this is one of the things that's going to be part of the test. If this ability seems too powerful, he or she does know that we will be modifying it in game, so it may affect changes may affect her character.
Well, we'll see.
So, yep, we shall. So, with that, one of them takes what looks like, it should have taken more damage, but it doesn't seem. You know what? Actually, as you cast the spell, and it looks like the vines are gonna hit it, you see the little robot on its back seems to manipulate the blade itself, and it passes the focus requirement by spending a dire point.
Oh shit, those are dire points.
So
they have main character powers. We are fucked.
Wow.
So your spell does no damage. You have.
It makes sense for technology for people to recognize that you can store controller power as like energy to boost defensive or offensive abilities.
Dire points, like lore wise, are what, like you
adrenaline basically, but for magic.
You excel your limits, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
For a second.
Yeah, no, there's a reason these things have them, and you'll see what it is later. Maybe if you survive. But yeah, so this one, it seems like the thing on its back manages to manipulate it just in time. It spends a dire point and manages to dodge the spike flower. And so neither of them take any wounds. You have 4 moves left.
My action, that if they attack, I will work alongside Pax to defeat them.
All right.
And I say to Pax, Pax, stay here. We'll punch them.
Pax nods.
Okay. Then remember that I told you to get over here.
All right. Next up is the Iron Drone and Zavin. Let me see which weapon these guys want to use. Zavin, you are going to take 4 strength 4 hits. So let's see if that's hit.
The Iron Drone is shooting through.
No, the one on the cliff. The one on the cliff
okay.
is shooting down. You can't see it because it's essentially yeah.
Okay.
It's essentially lifting a gun out of its top and shooting down at you.
Okay.
Let's see, 4
it's
targets.
Like a periscope gun almost.
Strength.
I have strength. No, I have not strength. I have defense.
So 3 or higher.
5.
All right, defense 5, strength of 4 is a 5 plus. You take 1 wound as the machine gun from on high hits you, and Heath and wait a second. Heath, what's your defense?
A 10.
A 10. Okay, this is funny. The robot does not know you are essentially both of you are magically protected at this point. So it pulls out a Gatling gun and begins to spray the pair of you down. So those are its accuracy rolls, and several of them miss. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Only 2 of the shots miss, but you watch as I know that was a really good roll. As Zavin's power just kind of surges from the ground and creates this wall around you and your natural defenses, specifically you, Heath, using your shifted defense. You watch as a Gatling gun literally just bounces off the pair of you.
Is it not possible for the Gatling gun to pierce through defense 10?
No, it's a strength of 2. It's a 20.
Oh, wow.
It's essentially a crowd control gun.
Mhm.
It's not it's not a Gauten Avenger.
Mm-hmm. And apparently what these robots were programmed for was you all at a weaker level. Or just a regular human assault, which a strength 2 would work against, your normal human. So, yeah. Paxton Heath just stand there as a rain of bullets just bounce off the pair of them.
And then I die from all the ricochet.
No, it misses you. But that said, Zavin, it is your turn.
Okay, so I took 1 damage, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that wasn't means for emergency healing.
Okay. Yes, I would.
Unless you want to force me into my held action.
No.
Okay. So my battle summon remains up.
Mm-hmm.
I will attempt to boost.
All right. Surprise, surprise.
I landed.
You do land it.
Okay. Well, I use my free move for movement, I suppose. These guys, well, these are the ones I want to hit. If I want to hit them, I have to be in that position. Oh. So I'll go here.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you guys. Let's say I actually go.
If you move 1 tile, it looks like to your right, you will hit everything, but you will not hit your 2 friends. Yeah.
Very cool. So I'll do that. So that would be my movement. So that was my free movement.
Yep.
Given by pack.
Oh boy, these guys are in for a lot of hurt, I assume.
Well, let's see. I guess I could just wound 7 them. I'll just do that. Because I autocast that. I'm just gonna do that for the remaining. Well, I'll try. I'll see what happens after 3 casts. Because then I'd have 2 moves left to double shield in case.
They are going to try to repel, so you are going to need to roll the spell. So just go ahead and roll the first move.
All right. Very nice. 35.
Oof. Here is the first one. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. There's the second.
That one almost got it. Did they got 5 dire points?
Well,
cards go to players anyways. Right?
how many wounds are you dealing?
Well, this was. Oh, I suppose. It's not a. Is it not a comparison of the results? It's a comparison of the actual thing, right? I'm doing my 7 because that's still an autocast for me.
Yep, it's 7. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna use 6 dire points and up its total to 36 and pass.
Okay.
However,
A lot of dire points.
yeah, you watch as the little almost like Doc Ock backpack one on the left is going 3 agility. Okay. He's going
I
to.
suppose they don't have to recall, right? They can just straight up attack if they want.
They don't have spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have an issue. Yeah. So the essentially Cyberblade battery on the right is instantly deleted. The Cyberblade battery on the left, the one on the back, does not make a repel roll, but seems to, right before whatever power you hit it with, right before that impacts, it generates the enough healing on the one it's backpacked to sustain it through this damage. However, it is now gone. So you killed three things essentially with that first casting.
Probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have done as little damage as I possibly could, so I could see what they were made of. But whatever.
Mm-hmm. And after you finish your turn, I will ask you what it looked like when you did this.
Well, I've been doing it how I've normally been doing. What I've been thinking, like,
Okay.
Swords have been like rising up from the ground and shooting and whatnot.
Okay.
So I'll just roll again.
Yep.
For the second one. I did say 3, so I'm locked into that, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I don't think it makes it.
Okay. Well, I do it again because I said 3, so it's Megagon.
I won't hold you to that. You can just use 2.
Okay.
I don't, because each of these would have been essentially a pulse from Zavin, and you would have seen that as the ground around Zavin in a 5-yard radius just erupts with these metallic and stone blades from the ground. You watch as the 2 Cyberblades with their cybermetic backpacks are pulverized by the magic Zavin unleashes. You have 3 moves left since you moved a little to avoid your friends and then cast 2 spells.
Yes. Well, I'll quick say to them, shield. So it was a single word, so I don't think they'll take up a move.
No. Heath and Pax, you both hear Zavin ask, shield?
I'm trying to think here.
No need, I think.
Is it going to take the rest of your moves to cast a shield?
No, I technically can only I can just use 1 technically, but I can also just use all of them. It really depends.
Oh, so I was going to ask, like, because I was thinking about trying to do something with this dude with all the missiles. So like if you want to hold it till after PAX.
If you,
we'll see if
we can't communicate that
works.
intricately.
Yeah, I know. I could just say wait.
All right. Zavin will wait to shield if he sees something dangerous approaching, but he will spend a move to get closer to the group then.
Okay.
So that they'd be in his shield radius.
So a shield if something dangerous approaches.
So like missiles.
Yes.
So I used 1 move.
Yeah, so you have 2 moves remaining. Are you saving both of them for shields?
No. I will use 1 to max out my defense, so if he just shoots at me.
Okay, sounds good.
So we'll have 1 shield, I guess. Oh, well, technically, the guy that's firing missiles... Oh, wait, no, there's the one on the far... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's one you can't see.
Yeah. So if I do see missiles, I'll shield up. But aside from that...
Okay, sounds good. Pax, you're up.
Where are the missiles stored on this thing? The one that's right in front of me.
Chuck a missile.
You can spend a move to try to inspect it to find that out, but it's not obvious.
Sure, I will 100% do that.
Alright, go ahead and roll a perception check. Why is this the one good perception check you roll?
Yes.
You can see that on the back there is a pair of missile tubes, and it seems like the missiles are essentially loaded from the center rear of the creature into the tubes and then launched out the back using braces on the feet to steady its aim.
Okay. Pax wants a missile. So you know what? I'm gonna walk around behind it, and I'm just gonna see if I can just rip the missile tubes off of this thing.
Go ahead and roll attack. Actually, just roll the wound.
Okay.
Strength of what?
9, I think. It might not be that high. Let me look.
That's right.
7. Sorry, 7 strength.
Alright, defensive 5. Strength of 7 is a 4+. Go ahead and
Okay,
roll
rolling
to
the wound. Here come the wounds. Oh, look at all the 6s and 5s. Beautiful.
That is an amazing roll. Yeah, Pax,
This
you
moment
just
again,
walk.
when Pax hit so hard, Jesse felt it.
Yeah, you walk behind the creature, and doesn't seem to be made out of anything but steel. So you literally peel the missile tubes off its back. After Zovin's display of just power of these lancing blades disintegrating these opponents, you just one-handed rip the missile tubes, sparks fly, the thing powers down, and in front of you are 2 missiles.
Sweet. I will pick up some missiles.
Actually, check that. There's 3 missiles. Go ahead and add to your inventory 3 Annihilation Rocket.
Okay.
Now we can
Football
use
toss some missiles.
Okay.
I'm going
Toys for later.
privately message you the stats of those missiles.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you the accuracy roll because that's only for
Yeah,
the
it's only
launch.
for things that actually know how to use them.
Yes. And when it says 6 yards on impact, that means anything within 6 yards of where they blow up is catching the hit. So.
Fair enough.
Well,
Okay,
we can always just use those as alternatives to the heavy mass object that we drop on things. Now we just drop missiles on things.
Oh boy.
Okay, Pax is gonna go on a missile collecting mission from now on.
And, I can't wait for a single enemy to appear that just knows any fire attack.
Fine. Okay, Pax will now just. Let's see. Okay, so I ripped some missile tubes off. He powered down. Oh, do I want to? Yeah, of course I want to. I am going to. I'm gonna try one of these out. I'm gonna open a portal right above one of these iron drones, and I'm just gonna like probably about 10, like let's just say 30 or 40 feet above it. I'm gonna drop a missile through it.
That's enough to cause the explosion.
I will wing a missile down with all of my strength then.
Okay, go ahead and just make a strength roll.
That's
2d6 plus your strength.
That's what I wanted to propose to you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't let gravity do the work when you got strong muscles.
All right, that's. I don't even know how to say like that. Yeah, that's enough to, I guess, set off a missile. I didn't plan for this. Okay.
Fine. Make up some rules.
Pax spiking missiles. Yeah, go ahead and roll to wound. Unfortunately,
Okay, I gotta
iron.
find the message here.
It's a single roll.
Okay. Okay.
Looking for a 4+.
Okay. 4+. Char 1d6. Come on, something. +4+, 4+. Yes.
Hey,
Oh.
that's a 4+ if I've ever seen one.
Pax, you seeing these missiles, you all watch as Pax cleans this out, takes a missile in one hand, and just spikes it through a portal into the other battery. And the explosion that took out the entire side of a cliff face replicates itself as another robot with 3 of these. Oh, shoot, I only fired 1 shell hammer. Okay, Pax, you also have a one of these. These are called shell hammer missiles. And these are essentially single target nukes. So it will only hit everything within 1 yard, but it will deal 10 wounds to whatever it hits.
It hits hard as fuck.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a big boy missile. I assume you spiked one of the one of the lighter missiles.
Yeah, one of the ones that does nice spread.
Yeah.
Nothing 3 walls can't handle.
Yeah, the robot detonates. The one with the same amount of missiles that Pax just threw detonates, and anything with that in that green circle is completely obliterated. There is a crater now. Pax, you watch as you spike a missile, shut the portal, and then the cliff just explodes.
If you didn't shut the portal, we'd get a bit of an explosion on our own.
Yep.
At least we'd have a fireworks show with flames coming out like a hibachi grill.
That would be funny. You're pretty confident that nothing survived in there.
I'm good with that. I will glance over at Zab and go, now.
All right, well, shields up then, I guess.
All
I
right.
only have 1 move left, so I'd be shielding, and I can only layer 1. But 1's better than none. So
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let me get a nice brown. Turn the fill to
there's a
0.
circle tool. No.
Technically, there. Actually, do I?
I could have sworn there was.
Yeah, there is. It grows like this.
Oh, you have to drag it, right? So you can't center it. No.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I can't center it.
Yeah.
Stupid tool. But no, I can do that right there. What I can do, is turn on a radius for you. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hang on.
Boom.
You need my help, Dad?
There you go. There we go. All right. Cool. I think both of you will appreciate this. For school, my capstone project is apparently my university is working with NASA to send a rocket to an asteroid called Psyche. And I got a job and my capstone project is to create a web browser game that teaches people about the mission that ASU is doing to this asteroid. And they gave us free reign. Me and 4 other guys
Nice.
get to create a game.
That's
Just
pretty
yeah, for NASA. So I was like, okay, I can do that.
I'm still working on my college degree.
Yeah, what in?
Layering it in
I'm
with
not
working
even
full time.
in college.
I am back.
All right.
Shit.
I think I got like that looks about 5 yards. Yeah. Close enough. So
That's good.
any square it touches.
Unfortunately,
is-
no air holes as of now. Oh wait, no, I get that for free. Yeah, when I form it, right? I can form it how I please. Yeah.
Yes, because you
Sure,
are a
sir.
constructor.
Yeah. So I'll construct it so that there's an air hole, but I doubt we'll be in here for long.
Yeah, you pretty much know at this point that with that detonation there is uh, an iron drone, which they are the ones with the shotguns, and they are very slow. They are essentially shields. So there's not a lot of danger at long range at this point. So actually, with that, I think we're gonna drop out of combat. There is still an enemy in the area, but it can only do two wounds at one turn.
Basically, it's fucked.
So I'll go ahead and kill my battle summon and heal myself.
Okay. Yeah, so we are going to drop out of initiative. You are still inside the bubble, so Zavin, you're going to have to.
I would have to cut through, but yeah, that's fine.
All right. Zavin cuts a hole.
And either that, or I can technically re-put up my battle summon and then form it with reshape, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah. I'll let you guys decide. There is an iron drone up here.
Is it visible?
Yeah, you all can see it. And you can literally walk up this like spot between the cliffs to it. It's going to technically walk towards you and head for you, but it can only do 2 wounds at a time, max, which isn't enough to get through Heath and his healing, or kill any of you, so whatever you want to do, feel free.
Is there anything we can scavenge off of it? Actually, is there anything else we can scavenge off of the one with all the missiles? I guess it's down here. Not that Pax would be smart enough to know what anything else is, but...
Go ahead and roll perception. Anyone who wants to do some missile scavenging, go ahead. Or, robot scavenging, go ahead. Yeah. Specifically, Zavin, go ahead and roll 2.
Zavin will see if there's anything left of what he freaking destroyed. Probably not, but... No.
Alright. Pax, go ahead and roll.
This will be a quick glance because there's still an enemy. Zavin is not insane enough to be like, well, I'm literally impossible to kill, so I'm not going to be worried.
Yeah. Alright, Zavin, nothing more useful. There's bullets and stuff in here, but, I mean, unless you want to pop the actual bullet off the top of the shell and pour out the gunpowder, nothing real useful. Zavin, you take a glance. These are steel. Nothing you can't make yourself. And not great steel either. So, whatever.
And those little robot things, the ones that had like the dire point powers and whatnot. Is there anything left of them that I could at least like bring back to research in a more stable environment?
With a 7, no. You shredded them. You can't find any chips or anything. I mean, you can find an arm, but at a quick glance, none of the technology that made them what they were was in their arm. So, nothing real great for them.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we'll continue to walk where we were walking before.
Well, we should probably deal with that.
Yeah.
Drone is going to keep shooting at us.
Okay.
All right.
You all also just portal him to us.
Yeah. How about say, like, do we want to just portal up there?
It doesn't matter. We can do whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you guys. I wouldn't mind if you all just said like it's dead. If you all wanted to do something funny to it, I was giving you an opportunity.
Nah. Zavin would just want to kill it, and he wouldn't care how.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want to get shot at, even if he won't die to it.
So Heath just walks up to the iron drone.
Okay.
As it shoots at him, he grabs the barrel, bends it backwards, and then smashes the iron drone down into the ground.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength roll. 2d6 plus your strength.
Okay. So 2d6 plus, let me check. 2d6 plus 6.
Alright.
So, in defense mode, that trades what? Your attack rather than your strength, right?
It
Mhm.
trades attack.
Let's see here. That is not 4.
Oh,
that's an
my
8
mouse is
plus 6.
bugging out.
8 plus 6 is 14. Yeah, Heath, you get a little bend on that barrel. It shoots you. You instantly heal yourself. You spike it into the ground, and then Zavin just shreds the thing with a quick spell. And it is dead. So, you all at this point are about 200 yards from the facility that lies under essentially where the final anchor point is. What do y'all want to do?
Well, now we know there's enemies about. There'll probably be more. We should be careful.
Yeah. And what you ran into didn't seem as much like an ambush as it did just security.
So, Pax will jump up to the top of the cliff. He'll just jump and turn off gravity,
Okay.
and then land on the cliff to look out to see what is. It'll give me a nice vantage to see what's beyond. So
All right.
He'll just
Yep.
go and jump.
Go ahead and move yourselves around the map. What you see in front of you is a large structure made of, unlike most things you've seen on this planet, because you didn't grow up here, most things on this planet seem like they in some way are either coated in gold to protect them from elements or are built into the landscape. This just seems like a stock structure with a kind of rounded roof, flat sides, and essentially looks like a giant warehouse painted to look like the desert. There's a door. You can actually see a door into the side out in front, but other than that, it's just a giant structure.
Zavin will go ahead and call the Pax and say, "Mind bringing me up there?"
Yeah. Pax will open up a warp gate up to the top where he is.
Okay.
Alright. Zavin will step through, and he'll put his hands on his to shield his eyes from the sun or whatnot, and then to look around and see what he can see before he will attempt to create a sort of improvised binoculars, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
So he can get a closer look,
Well, Pax could also open up a portal.
I guess he could, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just Pax will just what do you want to see? And just how he can have you point, and he'll just open a portal.
No. It's kind of so the problem with doing that is it's kind of just awkward to be like, I want to see here, I want to see if.
Well,
Zavin will just attempt to make his thing anyways. You could use that
that's
yourself.
that's fine. Pax will just stand and wait because he figures Zavin knows what he's doing.
The problem with doing that though is that it's a controller power, which is like detectable in ways, and also it's not the safest method of viewing things too. It's technically opening up an actual passage to it, which could be bad for us. But
I have a question out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Are there machines who can detect controller power?
Is this in
Basically like a mechanical replication of sight?
When did that happen? Is this in character or out of character?
I'm asking as a player, do those things exist, or does Heath know if they exist?
There are not things that can see power. There are spells and gems that can be imbued to detect power, in which case a robot armed with one of those gems would be able to. But mostly the way hunters see is just through having essentially like X-ray, infrared, regular, UV sight, radio waves, and sonar all working at the same time to essentially generate a picture of everything that's going around them, because they don't need to be able to like comprehend what their quote unquote eyes are seeing. Their processor just needs to pinpoint where things are, so they can have like 8 different sensory inputs and not struggle with it. So that's how they see. They don't necessarily sense your power. They just use like a lattice work of scans at the same time to see where you are. So
Like, can they determine that I am a power being or not?
no, only if they have essentially the sight ability implanted in a gem in them.
And that's what I thought.
Yep.
Like, technology won't see controller stuff, because controller stuff is basically that. You have to have technology that's working with controller stuff in the first place for it to be able to do controller stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'd be able to detect, like, if you like manipulated stone, they could see that. If Pax bent gravity, if they had some kind of a sensor that could detect that, you could detect the effects of a controller power, but not the actual controller power itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, so Zawin will go ahead and make his quick little binocular or telescope or whatever, just so he can get a look. Basically what I'm imagining. The plan is I create one successfully, and then I use it to get a general look, and then point out the locations of interest I would want a more in-depth look.
Okay.
And I'd coordinate with Pax for that. So I'm like a spotter, basically.
All right. It's not too hard to create a lens. I mean, you're standing in sand, which is just unsolidified glass. Yeah. You watch as Zavin quickly picks up a bit of sand, forms it into a tube, 2 lenses, duplicates it, takes a peek. Go ahead and roll perception, actually.
Alright, come on, Eagle Eyes. Eagle Eyes.
Oh,
There they are.
Too close to Eagle Eyes.
That'll do it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to see that you are now inside the radius of any sort of scouts. There's nothing moving around you all. The only real thing that's new you can see is there's a second man door on the building. So instead of just being like one entrance on this side of the structure, there's 2.
I'll tell Pax about the entrance I found, and Pax, maybe we could have a more in-depth look of that location over there. It looks like there's a second entrance.
Okay. Did we see any external cameras? I guess I guess Pax will ask. Are there any cameras or anything that?
I don't think I can see that. If there are, then I wouldn't be able to see them. This thing is not, it's not heavy duty.
Yeah.
That's why we got your portals.
Didn't.
So Pax is gonna put a portal.
Sadly, none of us is an electricity controller.
Yeah, nice. So Pax is gonna put one. Let's say. How close are we now to the structure?
About 150 yards.
Okay, so Pax will put a portal about 50 yards out so we can get a closer look. I don't want to put one literally right up on the door, although I could.
All right.
Just get us a
Zavin.
little bit closer to look so we can see.
Yes.
more.
Zavin, using your magnifying glass, are you going to actually look for cameras, or are you just going to take a closer inspection of the door?
We'll look for cameras.
Okay. We'll just roll with the last roll. Doesn't seem like there's any that are visible.
Okay, so they obviously either A, didn't count on us getting this far, or B, are relying on other means to detect us.
Yeah, and one thing about this is, since you found this location off a map, keep in mind that this isn't something that would have been set up for you all. This is a location that has obviously been here for a while. And what you essentially went through was a security system. not something that the Rebel Order is like, oh, we got to stop them. It's more of a like, y'all just happened to come here and got through the security system. So.
Well, if they did know we were here, they definitely know now, considering we blew up in 2 entire sides of a mountain.
So we should hurry on in. I think we'll be able to handle ourselves. We tanked a couple missiles. What more could they throw at us?
So do we want to go down just next to the other man door? So like we probably don't want to pick the entrance that looks like the main entrance. I guess if there's one looks kind of more, I don't know, main, or like the one the road pulls up to, I guess maybe is the one we don't want to go in.
Essentially what it looks like, there's like a double door. It's not full glass, but it's like a double door, and like the janitor's access is what you're looking at.
Okay. Well, then
If we don't have to, we shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah. So Pax will just open up a warp gate down, I guess, off to the side of that man door, and he'll walk through first.
All right. You walk through, and you're alongside a building.
Just in case someone like pops out or whatever, he'll be ready to close the portal off so that people can't get to anyone. And he'll look around, and if it all looks, if it looks good, he'll give the all clear back to the portal to Heath and Zoven.
Looking good.
Heath will say, "Oh, not Heath. Zan will say after you, Heath."
Okay, I will go first then.
Zoven goes ahead and takes a quick look behind him, and a sweeping general look to see if maybe there's anyone behind watching them or anything.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Obviously, he's not like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll perception. I mean, you've got binoculars. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see anything. You don't see any movement, which isn't surprising in the Poya Crane Desert. But yeah, you just see a few little sand tornadoes and rock and sand. So.
Well, Zoven will go ahead and completely disintegrate the telescope he made, and then or the binocular he made. It doesn't really mean anything to him. Like if he made it this easily, he doesn't need to hold on to it. And he'll go through the portal.
All right, the three of you are Three Stooges style, kind of sneaking around outside of a door next to a building.
Being which, I guess we'll roll stealth.
If you all are being stealthy, roll
yes.
stealth. If you are not being stealthy, don't roll stealth. I will leave that up to.
So Zon will decide to be stealthy now that there's stuff to stealth behind and whatnot, walls and whatnot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth. Whoa!
It's pretty good.
I do have stealth programmed in, sweet. That's not too bad. Yeah, Pax will.
Turns
Take,
out.
take a cue.
Stealth was 2d6 plus agility.
1d6 per point of agility, plus half your focus.
Okay. I don't remember it.
Sans focusing tool, so no focusing tool for stealth.
Yep.
Okay. Let me make a macro, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do a scan here if we wanted to see the lay of the land inside the facility before we, I don't know, kick down a door or walk through a door or whatever. All pretty decent stealth rolls.
All right. Yep.
Have it with his 5d6.
And
It doesn't matter though if they
It
have
also
like
happens
heat
focus is
vision
ridiculous.
or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, same amount of dice, and Zoven rolled 10 higher than Pax. That's crazy.
It's just
Oh.
luck.
He's
I
rolled.
got 3 6s.
Better
He-
rolling, and he's got double the focus.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. y'all are crouched outside of a building, being very stealthy, and I need to take a leak, so I'll be right back.
Cool.
So I missed the entire part where we decided to actually go here. So what is this?
This is the anchor. So you know how
okay.
we got the map or whatever, or map marked with all the anchor points and whatnot.
Okay, this is the one in the desert.
Yeah, we're like, well, these anchors seem pretty important. Like they all seem to serve purposes. Like the one place was revenge for crossing
for the lab
before.
being closed down.
Well, no, the lab was more of erasing evidence by the looks of it. Then the city that was first bombed was actually because we found out that your master was a part of their current order.
Oh, yep. I remember that now.
Yeah, and so they're like, "We don't like you. You're stinky." And then they bombed the city he was from or something. And the lab evidence removal. And now there's this one. This is the one we don't know anything about, which is why we're like, oh, if they're gonna be setting up a anchor point
it's
here,
like it's basically on the edge of the world. So
yeah, there has to be a reason.
Yeah.
And now we found the reason. There's some random building here.
Yeah. How much time till the next anchor do we think?
We got a little less than a week, I think.
Okay. Alright, I am back.
Like 4 days, maybe.
How
many days left in the week that we know
of? In this current week,
5
days.
5 days, okay. And then there's the offspring location too, which is like, we don't know what that means exactly.
And that's in the ocean, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's where it's all going to start after all the anchors are set.
Oh, do we want to just go on in, or do we want to like do a scan of some kind to see what might be on the other side?
Scan sounds like a good idea.
already it has a low focus, so you probably won't do it unless like you roll button.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it's like one of the ones that's like the easy level or innate. It's like, I can't remember which one it is.
It's easy, so I believe if you haven't learned it, the focus requirement is essentially 10.
And what can I learn incantation actually? The controller gym?
Yep. In the Poké
Because
Gym.
Incantations are like spells. They are like known publicly.
Yeah. They're super spells where essentially instead of being able to like in battle just randomly shoot a blast off, these are things you focus, you mutter the elemental language to start
Make a ritual.
focusing. Yeah, it's ritual casting is what it is, but the effects,
ritual spells, but actually worth it.
yes, because they are far more powerful. So Zavin, it looks like the base cast is going to be a focus of 10, and then plus 1 focus per yard of increased area, with a base of 10 yards. So essentially what you're looking at is before you cast, you have to decide what radius you want to go with, but it will essentially be 1-to-1 with your focus.
So I decide prior to casting how much I want to get.
Yes, and then you try to successfully cast the incantation. But it will be 1-to-1, so 30 focus will be 30-yard radius. Radius.
It won't just fade, basically.
Yeah, let's aim for 30.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh wow, perfect.
Woo, got lucky. All right.
Well, I do have 12 charge points too, so I didn't really care.
That's true. Let me see what 30 yards will get you from your current location. Okay, I am going to
Do you have a map?
I do have a map, but I need to, essentially what I'm going to do is create a quick wall at 30 yards from your current position.
Very nice.
Drag your token inside that wall, and then essentially give you vision. So, and then I will switch the maps for you all. And so what this will do is unlock, there we go. Shoot. Reset that. Okay, take two. I forgot to reset the Fog of War, so it didn't quite do what I wanted it to. Alright, reveal all of that, reveal all of that, and there we go. Alrighty. With that, I am going to activate the new map. And you all should have vision, but you can see, Zavin, what you revealed is the stuff that's not in the light. So you can see there is a narrow stairwell, a bit of a grander entrance down below. But then there's a narrow stairwell bordering onto a massive hallway. There are torches there, and yeah, seems like this is made from gold and stone, imported stone.
I don't detect any kind of like cameras or whatnot.
There are electronics, no cameras in this section.
And then I'll describe what I find to my friends so that we can go run through.
Right. Just really quick mental state question. Do any of the characters find the fact that there's no cameras curious? Like, is anyone going to be thinking about that, or is everyone... Okay. If you would find the no cameras thing curious, go ahead and roll perception. Otherwise, if your character would just be like, hey, cool, no cameras, don't roll
That's what
perception.
Pax will say.
Yep.
It's actually what Zavin would say too, because he's thinking, well, this is in the middle of nowhere. Why would they care about cameras?
Yep. So Heath,
No one's going to be here anyways.
Heath, go ahead and roll
Well,
perception.
then,
Yeah, because to even get in here, they would have to get through,
The robots.
yeah, all the robots.
Mm-hmm.
Heath says to himself, well, if they have a security system already, why don't they have cameras?
Yeah, and as you think about it, I mean, the robots have electronic eyes, so, I mean, if they are essentially the cameras of the security system, you took them out and nothing happened, so, yeah, seems good. Alright, so, you all can start walking around as you investigate. Interestingly, you can see the light flickering in this
So it's
place.
basically like Heath like thinks to himself, if they already invested in a security system, and why don't they have cameras? And then like, wait, the robots are cameras.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, well, we killed the cameras. So,
That's not what I thought I would ever say to myself. I killed the camera.
yep. So, yeah, the torches on the walls, the lighting in this place is given by literally false torches, where unlike most places you go where it's solid lighting, these are light bulbs that simulate torchlight. There is gold inlay in a gray marble floor. This place is grandiose, and from what you can see, luxuriant. There's some wood paneling as trim around this gray marble stone. It is almost temple or shrine-like in appearance, but you are just beginning to enter this giant warehouse building. So
Heath says to himself, I think I know who came up with the design of this place.
all right, what do y'all want to do?
Zaman will raise an eyebrow and say, who did?
This medieval style and almost temple-like appearance reminds me a lot of our good old friend Bordon North.
Oh,
Some will
that
think to that.
that will instantly put Pax on edge.
All right. Pax.
So completely not non-game related, but more founder related question for everyone. What is everyone seeing? Because I'm seeing a very, very blurry screen with like fluctuating wavy lines.
That's what I'm seeing
too.
too.
Okay,
It's like
I just
we're
wanted to make sure it
underwater.
wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know. I don't know how zoomed in you are. If you zoom out, you can see the floor a lot better. It's probably
Okay.
the small light animation I have going on. But essentially, what you're
No worries.
what you all are standing on is like a
Marble floor.
a marble floor with a little design on it. So
Well, really outside of a door that leads to a marble floor.
yeah, that's what you're looking in on. So go ahead and move if you want. You are free right now to creep around, take peeks around corners. This map,
Is the door unlocked?
the door is unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah, this map is free to move around. Anything that you spot, you can consider your character as having seen.
Okay. So Pax will step just inside a few yards.
All right,
Crouch down.
sounds good. Yeah, you can see that down and to the right, there is a staircase you cannot see to the top of, but you can see the base of. That is right.
Okay, so that's
That's
okay.
what
That's right here.
that is
Okay.
right there. Yeah.
Can I create with spawn or like almost like a crawling vine that could check for traps? Then it like goes on the floor.
Yeah. Let me check the text of
Maybe.
spawn, but I think that should be very, very possible. Yeah.
Creates any plant of the user's choice.
Yeah. You can just create a vine that kind of, how long? Maybe like a yard in front of you, just kind of slithers along the floor and kind of pushes on floor tiles and things like that. Is that what you want?
Yes, but like slightly further, like 5 yards.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. You can do that.
Basically, like in a safe range if something, I don't know, explodes.
Yep. Interestingly, as you're all watching, Heath begins to walk, and a little bit in front of him, almost essentially creating a carpet in front of him, he starts to just magically, gently produce this light growth of almost like morning glory vine that just kind of feels around a square and then sets in like a vine. And Heath is essentially laying out a carpet of vine in front of you all as you begin to enter this building.
There's nothing up this way because I can't see anything. It's
Yeah,
all
no, that's a
black
wall.
up here for me.
That's a wall.
Okay.
You will be able to
Heath-
see
Heath-
anything that you can walk through.
Okay.
Anything you
Like
can't
Heath-
see is a wall.
Like, he like looks behind him and says, "This idea may seem stupid to you, but this vine is actually checking for traps."
On the ground.
Yes.
Okay. That could be useful. Jason, do you know if your character can invert gravity for us yet, or is that a battle summon thing? I don't recall.
Yeah, manipulating gravity within my battle summon is something I could do. I can only nullify gravity for me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Because this would be unnecessary if we just turn the ceiling into the floor. You know.
I can do that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want, like, Pax can scout ahead on the ceiling.
If Pax thinks about that, I guess.
Uh,
Zavin doesn't know the capabilities of your powers. This is all very new to him.
Imagine you're a guard at some godforsaken facility. At the end of your shift, you see a guy in monk clothes walking on the ceiling.
Well, that's the story of the Stormlight Archive, Book 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I removed the ceiling wall. You can now see all the way to the top of the stairs, Pax.
So Pax is like kind of like nullified gravity. So he kind of floated up into the air, and now he's kind of like weirdly, awkwardly crawling along the ceiling. Because he's kind of like an astronaut in space now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as you're looking, you don't see anything. You just see the stone wall rearing at the top of the stairs. It looks like the exit is off to the left. If you head down that hallway. So
yeah, he'll kind of move up. He'll kind of crawl slowly, kind of along the ceiling, because he doesn't figure there's going to probably be, if there are any traps, they're probably not going to be on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll kind of dig so he can see around the corner.
Okay.
He'll just kind of go up like this, up the stairs like that. Let's see.
All right. As you look around the corner, I'm going to need you to make me a perception check.
I perceive nothing.
You feel like it would be a good idea to drop to the floor and just walk into the middle of that hallway in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you guys will just see this. You'll see Pax kind of slowly, he'll just reintroduce gravity and kind of like drop down to the floor like nothing's happening and start to walk in a weird direction.
Yep. He just drops to the floor and seems to walk out through some sort of exit.
Zavin will go to keep and say, I thought the plan was for him to walk over the ceiling.
Yep. Pax, go ahead and move yourself to like right here. Depending on what the others do. But,
yeah, I'll just kind of like, you guys just start to kind of just see him walk up. I don't know if you guys have enough time to react to anything.
I'm gonna perception to see to understand that this is not actually him doing that, right? This is like he's under the influence, I think, as a player. As a character, I think I would need a perception to recognize
you most definitely would need a perception to recognize that.
Unfortunately, I got the lowest possible.
Yeah, Pax just seems extremely confident in what he's doing. This seems like a good idea.
Heath is still going forward with his vine.
Alright, just keep kind of slowly moving yourself. Right, no, the wall.
But basically, I will move 5 feet. Wait, move 5 feet.
Alright, move 5 yards. Wait, move 5 yards. Yeah, go ahead and keep climbing. Pax, as you walk into the main hall, let's see, 1, 2. You look to your right, and you see a massive slate-skinned snake that is about 15 yards long, probably 2 feet in diameter at the thickest. And as it meets your eyes, go ahead and make a strength roll.
Oh no, I know what it is.
2d6 plus 7.
Fucking dead.
Yeah, you're fine.
As the creature's eyes connect with yours, there's kind of a shock in your brain, and you realize two things. One, there are scattered along these hallways these small sonic portals that somehow seem to be messing with your head and encouraging you to do things you would not. And two, there's a basilisk staring you down.
Of curiosity,
Is basilisk a creature?
You're about to find out. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
it's level 2500, of course.
Of course.
Where's my initiative? There it is.
You're
How
the
much
average.
more 8s
7.
am I going to roll?
Not the normal that Pax is rolling. Not great
Oh,
initiative.
it's double 6s.
Let me just pop the combat tracker and throw y'all in there. Roll for the basilisk.
Hold myself
Oh,
with all of my
that's-
strength and not check the stat block.
Very good, Heath.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Whoops.
Fun.
That wasn't what I meant to do.
Natural 1. We win.
Yes.
Yay.
The enemies all explode. Bloody
Yes.
messes.
The basilisk turns out to be Orochimaru from Naruto, and he wants to work with us.
You wish.
So when I rolled that strength
Orochimaru.
contest, was that to me to kind of realize that I was being controlled, and am I out of the control now? Or?
You are now out of the control. No, that was to you
Not
don't
turn to stone.
you don't necessarily know, but you do know that the ground essentially started to slightly begin to encase your feet. But with a supreme effort of just instinctive will, managed to resist whatever the basilisk was doing. Yeah, Lee is right. It's petrifying gaze that it was using
What
on.
else can a basilisk have?
Oh, that's
after
fine.
all?
I was just curious as to if I was still under its control, because if I wasn't, that'll influence what I'm going to do on my turn.
No, yeah, no. The let's see if I got a 5. The thing that was controlling you essentially has to redo every like 4 seconds. Essentially, it runs per round, and the end of the round was when that basilisk hit you. So with that, we are in combat. The basilisk is going to go first, and
I believe you get my +3, but I think I removed your +1 without adding it back.
Okay, so I have 9 defense.
all right. The first thing the basilisk is going to do is, again, Pax, after realizing what it's doing, it begins to slither towards you and tries to hit you with another gaze. So go ahead and roll a strength roll.
Out of
Oh, there we
curiosity,
go.
Very nice.
Does it just have to look at you, or do you have to look it in the eyes?
You don't know.
Well, we don't know.
18. That's 4 moves.
Well, you have a very heavy tendency of metagaming.
Yeah, sorry for that.
No, that's fine. I don't particularly mind. The creature moves up in front of you, Pax, tries to hit you with its gaze, sees you're strong enough to resist it, opens its mouth, and you watch as a wall of power erupts from it, and it is going to use let me see here. Mountain Slam. the
atomic flare.
earth spell.
It,
No.
it will use hyper beam.
Yeah.
The earth spell mountain slam on you. You can spend a move to repel if you wish.
Can I try to dodge it?
Yes, my favorite.
Yeah,
Pokemon,
that's a repel.
Basilisk.
Okay, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll spend a move to repel.
Alright.
Actually, one thing for a level quick.
That's a 19. Wow. This thing has better focus than I
Not bad.
do.
I don't know if
Has
I
better focus
highly
than you
doubt
do.
it.
Fuck.
I think I can actually, dodge this.
I only have 17 focus. This thing's a big deal.
Okay, so let's see. What's my max roll
Also,
anyway?
I don't think I can
I
hurt it.
could. If I rolled absolutely amazing, I could, okay, well, there we go. Repel spell. There we go.
Seriously, I feel like I've asked this question like 3 times, but the answer
Ah,
isn't
so
stuck in my
close.
head.
Damn it.
Do you have any dyers?
Not enough to push me to 25. Only have 3.
Shoot, man.
What's the
Well,
question,
I get.
Andy?
The question is, some elements make sense why controllers cannot take damage from them, but other elements such as earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You use as an earth controller and things that use earth powers. They use their powers to create an object that does hurt things. Now these things they don't abide by the normal defense rules, and they just deal straight damage. But in the world, it's a physical thing. How does that work for controller immunity? Is there controller immunity among Earth controllers?
Yeah, Earth controllers can't be hurt by, like, the actual Earth penetrating their skin. Like, if someone very gently put a bullet in your skull, you would be fine. The thing that hurts you is the force of whatever is hitting you getting transferred into your body.
Which would mean, though, like, if an Earth spike erupted from the ground, wouldn't that still hurt me?
In lore, no, because essentially what would happen is it would just pass through your body and, like, yeah, you would feel a little bit of physical pain, but not enough to deal a wound.
Is this because it was a controller created thing, or
Yes.
because of that it doesn't function in the same rules of reality?
Essentially, yeah. But
Okay.
what it really is just when a controller generates something, it's not as powerful as like getting dropped from 1,000 feet in the air. You know, a rock dropped from 1,000 feet has a lot of force. A controller spawning a spike doesn't have as much force, especially since that most of the force of that spike is going to pierce you but not harm you, instead of like the rock being dropped dealing a lot of force damage. Essentially is the difference. Also, it's magic, so there are slightly different rules that hopefully we can suspend a bit of disbelief for. So
I'll just say that the rocks that an Earth controller create aren't exactly real to other rock controllers.
yeah, that's
Some weird controller magic happens.
essentially. So
I'm
PAX.
actually thinking about this. I probably should have just reacted and opened up a warp gate and just popped through to the back to where we were. But I didn't. I tried to dodge it and I missed the dodge.
Mhm.
Well, warp is a ability, right? You can technically just do that as an off turn, right?
No, a warp gate is something you have to be able to walk through. So he could open the hole, he just wouldn't be able to step
Under my
step-
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does work.
Portal.
I'm essentially treating this game like with packs like Portal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's totally Portal with PAX. But yeah, you take 3 wounds.
Max, then I have an idea for you.
That's fine. No, that's why I
You're
take 3
thinking what
wounds,
I'm
which is not
thinking?
fun.
Yeah, you take 3 wounds as this creature essentially screams into the ground, and you just can't dodge as this ripple jams a spike through your side before the spike crumbles to dust. And the creature is going to sit there and stay still. Let me check the elemental list. Character or creature comes within. Alright, let me just do some quick measurements to make sure that you don't need to do any rolling. You do not, being that you are under the influence. Alright, so yeah, just to tell you what you see, on your right there is a massive snake, and on the left, kind of floating midair, you can see this kind of gently pulsing sphere of energy down at the bottom of the hallway. And with that, Heath, you are up at the bottom of some stairs.
It's both. It's up to you guys to deal with the basilisk. I can't do anything to it. Like nothing I have in my power can do anything to it. I could try to cut it with my sword. It's a cool sword, but the person using it's not that good at it.
So, Heath, you're up. What you gonna do?
Well, we don't actually know anything's happening, right?
That's like,
You would have heard Pax. I don't know. He probably would have grunted or shouted in pain. So he just get stabbed to the side with a spike of earth.
You would have probably heard something like, "Oh!"
Roaring.
And then Zavin would have felt like a wave of really powerful earth power, and then heard Pax just, "Ah!"
Axe, is everything alright?
Pax will shout back, "No!"
Should
Hey,
I go
I
in
guess also
there?
shout back, "Snake." Because he didn't know.
I
Like,
know about
does
creatures
basilisk-
that are snake.
does Pax know what a basilisk is?
No. You would just know
Okay.
giant earth
He would just
snake.
shout- There we go. Big snake.
Does Heath know about anything snake related?
Oh, Heath, you would definitely know what basilisks are. However, you don't know the earth power. You don't know the earth power is being used, so you're just like, oh, Pax is getting strangled by a giant snake, is probably what you would gather from that.
Oh, well, you all taking your turns. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, so he's like, hang in there. We'll deal with it.
So as Zavin sees Heath running towards him, Zavin will quick say, "I sense a large burst of earth energy. Be careful."
It seems I will have to. It seems I have to go in there, but I will try to be careful.
Okay. Well, now you know that there's earth energy. So now you know big snake earth energy.
Mm-hmm.
You might your character might put two things together and realize there is a basilisk. What? Yeah.
What do I know about the basilisk? Actually?
You know that they are exactly what our Earth legends say. Their fangs will give you Spell Feast if you get wounded by it, which Spell Feast permanently drops your focus by 1, I believe, every time you cast a spell. So don't get bit.
Can I cure it with a heal?
Nope. Spell Feast.
Can I cure it with?
Spell Feast can. Every time the character casts Spell Feast is a virus that lives in the blood of controllers and feeds on power. Every time the character casts a spell, it permanently lowers their focus by 3, and it is cured by Neftali root or the white strain of the Chrysidia flower.
Yeah.
So heal 5, even though it says cure all status effects, it doesn't count.
Not a status
It's a
effect.
disease.
It's a disease.
I
I
am
mean,
back.
isn't a disease a status effect?
Nope.
It produces status effects, maybe.
Status effects are whatever is classified under the status effects. Diseases
Okay.
and poisons are not status effects.
Okay. And I try to use
And they do have petrification gaze. Like,
okay.
they will turn you into rocks.
Do I know their type? As an elemental, animal, etc.?
Earth.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do I know if they are like animals, creatures, monsters?
Mm, yeah, you would. They are monsters.
Fuck.
They kill. That's it.
Save on me.
Well, I mean, they're animals by like nature of being a snake.
Mm-hmm. Animal by
animal
nature.
is like
but
a type of creature behavior.
monster's
Oh.
temperament. Essentially.
Yeah, sure, but you can still use your ability on it.
Oh yeah,
You
you
just
can.
have to
No,
hope that you can.
I can't use animal friend on it.
You cannot.
Oh, because it's not an animal. It's a monster.
So animal as animal friend is in temperament, not animal friend is in the literal like kingdom of family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It's-
animals is like a type of temperament.
Mhm.
It's like
There's three
creatures
temperaments. There's
without
animal,
any-
animal, creature, and monster.
I see.
Animal
I
is
did
like
not know
it
that.
doesn't have any like self-consciousness. I think.
You can always heal packs.
You could. That would work. Yeah. As you come around the corner, it clicks what Zavin said. Earth power.
I know if it's good in direct combat.
No, you would not. You would just know that
Okay.
don't get bit by that thing. It will ruin you. But you also see
Oh,
as you
that's-
come around the corner Pax, just as you watch as the spike that just skewered him leaves a bleeding gash through his side.
Okay. So I will get close to Pax.
All right. Go
As
ahead.
Keith walks up, Pax will kind of like hold his side and kind of lean over and point. Go, big snake.
Heath, before you do that, make a perception check for me.
Okay, just let me count how much moves I have used. Okay, so 10.
Yeah.
And now perception.
Yep. As you walk up beside Pax, healing him does not seem like a good idea. He can survive on his own. What you need to do is go stand next to
Sirens.
the basilisk.
Fuck.
Off turn. Since it is off turn.
Mm-hmm.
As I see Heath walking towards the basilisk, can I just open a warp gate in front of him and have him walk out back to where he was?
Yeah, you can.
I'll do that. So
Alright.
as he starts to walk in the absolute wrong direction, I will pop him back out by the stairs,
All right,
and then I'll close the warp gate.
Heath. As you begin to walk, you spend one more move. As you break line of sight, right there. As soon as you go around that wall, it hits you what had happened. You know that there's a siren over there, and it had you.
Oh.
Yeah. If you go around that corner, you know that unless you can think of some way to defend yourself from it, you're gonna have to make that roll again. You've spent 3 moves at this point.
I could. My ears.
You plug your ears.
It's sound based probably, so
Well, we'll see if that works.
You can, however, peek your head around the corner without getting hit and see Pax. So if you did want to just stick your head out and hit him with a quick heal, that will not hurt you.
I like peek out, say thanks Pax, I think you should get here, and I heal him quickly
For how many wounds?
using, how was it called, heal 2 because I think he's the only person that has any wounds missing.
If
You
I have
can-
3 missing. That's what I
You
said.
can
That's
stack. You
spike.
can stack targets too. This heal. So if you use heal 3, which you have access to, you can put both targets on Pax and heal him for 4 wounds. So
How many wounds is Pax missing?
3.
Okay, so I stuck it.
Okay. Pax, you heal for 4 wounds.
Sweet. I'm back at full.
So yes, you are. All right, and Heath,
Okay,
you still have 3
hold
moves.
my action.
All right.
I hold my action that if the basilisk comes in range, I will use spike flower on it.
Alrighty. With that, Zavin, it is your turn.
You get back here. I mean, why?
Pax. It seems
As-
Pax.
As he answers this, I'll start up my battle summon, by the way.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. Well, actually, it's free. Never mind.
Yep.
Yep.
It's free regardless, actually, tool or not, but
Mhm.
it's the abilities that cost stuff.
Yep. So
I will go ahead and also attempt a boost. I got a 6 last time, so my luck's gonna run out.
yes, it
Yes,
is.
there it is. Alright, no boost.
No boost.
Well. No boost. Would you say I get an off-turn dual cast? Or no? To
Yeah.
like actually get a potential dual. Okay, if that's the case,
But it has to be off your turn.
yes.
Like,
I know.
essentially,
So
you
off-
have to use a
off my
held
turn,
action.
Off my turn, if I see anything trying to attack me,
Mhm.
like physically,
Mhm.
I'll go ahead and dual cast a shield, or not shield. I'll dual cast a it is not shield. Dual cast an armor on myself.
Okay. Sounds good. If that is all you would like to do, Pax, it is your turn.
Well, no, I'd
No?
like to move.
Okay, go ahead and move.
Because she didn't say a single thing about anything, so I'm just gonna move out.
All right.
So it's gonna move to go here. guess I
And
see-
hold on.
And
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
all right. Eagle eyes, baby.
Eagle
Those double
eyes.
6s.
Woo!
Nice.
Yep, and you can see the sound pot right next to Pax. You're fine. This the siren does not take control of your mind.
Where are the sirens? I don't see their tokens. I guess they're out
oh.
of sight.
Are they?
It's north.
Yeah, the siren's up top. I should.
Yeah, I can't see them yet. I haven't fully went around the corner.
There's the sound pots.
Oh, okay.
Each of the little green dots.
So what are they physically?
Nothing.
If anything.
They're essentially beacons of sound. They're not physical.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's nothing you'd be able to perceive. They just are.
Yeah,
Unless you
can,
were a sound controller, I guess.
yeah, you can perceive them with your ears. Like, you know, kind of, there's 3 localized sources of sound, but there's nothing to punch. So,
Thus, Pax is powerless.
Well, we somehow were able to kill the gravity things. There is a core somewhere. They're not just
Yep.
sound.
so
Yeah, well, we gotta kill the sound thing.
Zabin, you've used 2 moves so far.
Yep, and I can't really cast another spell, so yeah, that's it. Really, I could get closer, but I'd rather not be subject to the other one.
All right.
I don't know the other one exists though, so because there's no communication in this team.
Why would there be? It's more fun.
Pax hasn't seen it. Pax stepped over or around the corner, was tried to be turned to stone, and then was stabbed with earth,
So I
Mhm.
have two
and
more
then had
moves
to
left.
and then had to save Heath.
I'll go
Yep.
spend another move to get to Pax,
All right.
and also technically in range. And I see the other siren now, I suppose.
Those
I be
those
rolling
green
perception?
jewels, those green jewels
There's only
are
one
not
siren.
sirens. The sirens at the very
Oh,
top
yeah.
up here. Those
Basilisk
are
and Siren.
yeah. These green these are just the honey pots. They're the sound nodules that it uses to
Oh.
enthrall.
I see. Well, I could probably deal with those pretty easily, actually, if I just.
So
Diamond
It's about
wall
25 squares north is the Siren.
I could just straight up diamond wall and then turn the diamond wall into like a capsule and then just completely like just capsule out those things.
Fuck
Um,
off.
Yeah.
Pax, it's your
What?
turn.
Okay, let's see.
I can't use the other one because the other one works off my battle summon radius.
I can't really do anything. My battle summon is more than I can maintain with my pitiful amount of focus.
You poor,
Good question.
poor 9 attack character.
I know. Hey, he is what he is.
Mm-hmm.
If I
He's a
use
dude who
a
rips missiles out of
battle
things and lobs missiles through portals.
summon, you can just do. Can you just do that here?
No reason I can't. No reason I can't just wing a missile down the hallway.
Yeah. it'll bound to hit something.
Yeet the missile.
But do I want to wing it at the Basilisk or do I want to wing it at the Siren?
Up to you,
Yes.
man.
Absolutely
if
the
you
fucking
can,
bastards.
well,
Annihilate
if you take out the
right now.
Siren, then you guys can safely engage the Basilisk without getting mind controlled. If you take out the
Yes,
Basilisk, then we can safely engage the Siren without worrying about getting diseased.
Okay, well, yep. Pax will do
This is
just
worse.
that. He'll just he will. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Do I
Yeet
want
the
to just?
missile.
Oh. Yeah, it has a fairly large blast radius. It's like, let me see what I wrote down.
Gonna cause the roof to collapse, and then
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
a horde of enemies will flood in
Oh,
through.
this hallway's roof is about 30 feet high, so 6 yards tall.
Yeah, we're fine.
It's a huge, huge hallway.
Yeah, but one of my missiles has a 6-yard range.
Not my problem.
I know. I'm just trying to think. I don't think Pax
You
is
wouldn't know
stupid.
it has a
I think Pax is
6-yard range.
stupid enough to unleash a giant missile in an enclosed space.
Oh, just use the single target nuke.
Hey, man,
Yeah, one of those though.
it's fine.
Do have one.
I'll just freaking diamond myself, and then I'll be fine. Maybe you die. But so
That's-
He's pretty far away. He won't be hurt.
What you doing?
Pax is gonna portal punch the snake from the back,
okay.
away from the giant bitey mouth.
All right, away from the giant bitey mouth. Half attack if you're using the little portal. Full attack if you are exposing yourself to full damage.
I don't think I want to do that, so I'll do half attack.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
What is? Okay, so it's gonna be.
Round
Is it
down.
rounded down? Because it's okay. So 4.
Only 4.
Only 4.
Ah!
That's what. I can't type
Oh.
today.
God.
I don't know what that one was for.
Fucking God.
Scary.
That works.
No, it doesn't. I got
that's a-
doubles. What's your defense?
And
I don't know. Do I have the
I
boosted
see.
defense or do I have normal defense?
You have minimum 9. Does he have 10, Andy? Or
No, wait. I get an off-turn ability, right? Oh,
Mhm.
but that would be my dual cast. Hey,
No, it's
too
fine.
bad.
Just Just leave me with 9. It's fine.
Yeah,
9. All right. Strength of 5,
9.
defense of 9. Got to roll a 6.
Well, that's
6.
one of them.
Pax, as
Uh-oh.
you go to strike this creature, you stick your arm through and it moves like lightning. Immediately turns around, and as you're just kind of flailing, it's this interesting thing, by the way, of being able to actually watch your arm from like the wrong side. It's like your arm is pointing at you while you're trying to hit something with it. And that's just disorienting enough. The basilisk latches on, and you have contracted Spell Feast.
That's fine. You never use spells anyways.
Good thing he doesn't use spells.
Every
He
time.
uses abilities, but abilities are abilities, right?
I'm a spell idiot.
Yep. So anytime you cast a spell, it will permanently lower your focus by 3
Until I'm cured of it, I'm assuming.
until you are cured of this disease, and it is not a status effect; it is a full disease. And you all watch.
Have to find Neftali root,
So-
which is probably only in
So is it latched on my arm?
It is holding onto your arm right now.
Can I pull my arm back through the portal and then close the portal
You may try that.
with the head attached? That's
Mhm.
that's the plan.
All
See if
right.
it works.
The head is bigger than the portal.
Ah,
But it's now something.
Mhm.
This is so cool.
that's fine. If I cut off part of its head, I don't really care.
All right. You'd try to smash its head in the portal. Go ahead and just make a strength roll.
Why not?
See if you can pull this thing. So 2d6 plus your strength.
Doubles.
Yeah.
And yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
that's
damage.
8
You.
plus 7, 15.
I'll give you. Yeah. You rip this thing back against the portal, and it's not like giant fangs. It's more of the like short adder's teeth. And as you pull your arm back, it does shred the skin a bit, but the head of the basilisk smashes into your portal, does deal it a wound, and leaves your arm dripping. But as you look at your arm, you can see that almost like a second network of veins spreading from the wound. You can see this green virus beginning to spread up your arm.
Out of curiosity, like meta game, did the snake also roll with half of its attack?
No, it wasn't sticking its arm through a portal.
It has only two attack. That's good.
You wouldn't have seen that. All you would have seen was Pax get bit in the arm and then pull through and just have this bloody arm that's
Yeah, I
starting to
I did. It
warp.
would be very powerful if it had incredible amounts of attack and also more focus than I do.
Yeah,
So-
I assumed it like was like very scary in close combat, and that's why it has like the spell fist.
If it was very scary in close combat,
It wouldn't have
wouldn't
this much
need-
focus.
well, it wouldn't need to petrify you in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, maybe it like has one attack, but the point of it is just to
To hit you in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
to petrify you, so you are very weak in combat, and
Anyways,
then fight you.
I can see what Pax is getting ready to do, and it makes me laugh.
Pax is gonna do what Pax does.
Pax is going to do what Pax do.
Which well, one I have to roll strikes so I can actually attack again.
That's true.
But
Punch the fuck out of it.
I'll just punch. I'm gonna punch a snake. I
Punch the
think
fuck out of
is it 3? Is it 3? I think it's 3 plus now.
portal's close. Isn't
I
it?
assume it's
yes,
not
yeah,
really
yeah, I
in my
closed
range.
it.
No, it's not in my range.
Yeah, portal's closed. Okay, well, let's see if I can actually 3 plus, 3 plus, 3 plus. Oh, come on.
Ooh. You can tackle the snake.
Uh,
That doesn't take like attacks. You can. So essentially, what contests do is allow you to give your party or yourself advantage on rolls. Is what you
Sure.
can do with
Pax
that.
will wrestle a snake.
All
Yes.
right.
The worst thing that can happen.
Like a guy from Florida.
Exactly. He will try to like
Snake
wrap his arm around a snake and wrestle a snake.
All right. So Pax has spent
He channels the power of Florida.
one move portal punching the snake. It's going to take 2 moves to get there. Go ahead and move
Got 6
yourself.
moves, so
Yeah. What are you going to do to
You
this
up your
snake?
moves.
what am I gonna do to it? I am going. Let's see.
Like literally just make it up.
I'm trying to think. I don't have any abilities to make this actually like better. He's literally going to. He's gonna run straight at it, try to like watch the head and anticipate, and kind of so that it doesn't like actually like bite him in half. Or this is a giant snake. He's gonna get up underneath it and just grapple its head, like with both arms, and just squeeze.
All right. It is going to attempt to fall on you.
This count as a would this count as a disarming attempt?
This is a contest. So Pax, go ahead and roll strength versus its strength. As-
Stupidity, go!
Yep.
Yes.
You watch as Pax's bloody arm just angrily runs at this snake. It goes to strike to just fall on him with his massive weight. And he catches it and then grabs it in a headlock and manages to... okay, so you actually get to choose victory conditions before I get too far into the description. Your...
Okay, so
Since...
Too cool yet.
Yeah. Since you only beat it by 1, you can forego the rest of your turn to give either yourself or the party advantage on your next contest against it, which includes spells, 2 wound rolls, all of that sort of stuff. You can have neither of you be successful, but have advantage on another check against the target. So essentially, if you wanted to try again, you would have advantage against it. Or you can say you have successfully grappled it, but it can still move a little bit.
I personally think if I can make an advice.
I think this one's up to Pax.
I
so
just wanted to say like what I think is the best, and maybe Pax will
Yeah,
think it's a good advice.
not this time, because this is more of an instinctive one for Pax, not something he's going to be thinking about.
I think Pax is going to forego the rest of his turn, and can I like tilt the head upwards so it faces the ceiling,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't
Definitely.
try to stone gaze anyone, and he'll just sacrifice the rest of his turn to hold the head out of the way.
All right. Pax manages to catch this thing and essentially with one arm kind of strongmans the head over one shoulder and then takes the other hand and just forces from the bottom of the jaw, forces it to look up into the ceiling. Next person, Zavin or Heath, the next one of you who does a contest against this thing will have advantage. If that contest is a clash, then you will also have advantage on the 2 wound roll should you win the clash.
Nice.
But with that, it is the Siren's turn, and it is going to...
It doesn't see me, please.
Ooh, wow.
I probably should pull myself down to the snake.
Yes,
There we go.
please.
Over
How
here,
far?
I guess we have the head.
Out of
Here you go. With the
curiosity,
head.
how far away am I from the snake?
That far. So it looks like about 12
15
yards. 12, 15 yards, yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
Okay,
Think-
so that needs...
Will I be able to move the and attack?
I don't know. What's your move?
15 is 3 moves, and then you get the extra. And so you have
Ah,
one
yeah.
base move, and then one extra move in my ability. So
The siren kind of floats forward and
thank you.
you see these sonic tendrils extend from it, and Pax, it's gonna try to smack you, or not Pax, Zavin.
Okay.
Does this
So,
trigger a spell?
Smacking me?
Uh-huh.
I guess
Yep.
so.
It's gonna give you a sonic bitch slap.
It is.
I'm gonna guess that I see this tendril. I'm gonna think, oh shit, maybe this is gonna hurt me physically instead of magically. So I will go ahead and attempt a dual cast.
All right, go ahead.
It's
Dual
the-
cast.
Yes, it's
I
the
believe my dual
stru-
cast is a 4, right? Or no, my dual cast sucks. It's a 5.
Yeah, your dual cast is a
Never
5.
mind.
Nothing. You're getting sonically bitch slapped by a
I
siren.
don't remember how many charges I have, so I don't think I could say, oh no, I'm actually using, or not charge, moves I have, so I can't really say, oh, I'm using a boost actually.
Yeah, nope.
My boost is so good, but my dual cast sucks.
Whoa. Okay, I just lost everyone
Okay,
from
before
Foundry.
the end of the
Are you all? Can you all still use Foundry?
No, yeah, a server connection just reestablished for me.
Okay.
Little
I'm
hiccup.
still good.
Okay.
I can still move. I can still measure and stuff.
Okay. I think my connection just refreshed with you all. So.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
like I was saying, I don't think this works. And plus I said I was going to dual cast it anyways.
Yep.
So
It does not work. So yeah, go ahead and roll Clash
It's
against
a-
this thing.
it's a clash. Oh, okay.
Clash roll.
I mean,
Well, I'll
it
just
still
say.
does cast like the armor at least once.
Of course I did. Oh, that's
This
funny.
has never happened to me before. Rolling clash. What is this? What was a barbarian?
All right. What is your defense at 10?
No, I killed my battle summon. I had my battle summon out,
Yeah.
and I was going to set it to 10. That's what the dual cast was
Yes,
for.
that's right.
But I failed the dual cast, so it's
Yeah.
at 5.
It's at 5. Strength of 2, defense of 5 is a 6+. So it's got to roll a 6.
Fortunate.
So the sequence of actions is this little sonic ball ejects this tendril, and Pax, you can kind of see this as you're forcing the snake. You, with all of your hand-to-hand prowess, watch as Zavin tries to cast a spell, fails, tries to whip out his sword, and just before he can get it out, this sonic tendril just kind of ineffectually just kind of like whacks him in the shoulder, makes a little pop, but doesn't hurt him.
Nice.
And Zavin's just kind of standing there like, and in the middle of all of this,
Can I do something?
there's just this moment of like, okay. And then it's the
Quick
back.
question: were there rolls happening?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well then I need to reset my connection because
Okay.
the last roll I saw was the boost attempt.
Okay. Go ahead and
Just
reset your connection.
refresh, that's it.
Just refresh the page. There you are.
Okay, so like
Okay.
what I'm imagining was just the siren just like hovers over and then just slaps me. I'm just like, I can't believe you've done that.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's its turn. The sirens don't do a whole lot if they can't use their honey pots.
I appreciate that it got closer to me, so I don't have to waste so many moves to completely destroy it.
Okay.
Next up is
So-
the basilisk. And it is going to try to break out of
It's
your...
going to fuck off, please.
Next, it's going to try to
Shield.
break your hold packs. Go ahead and roll strength at advantage. So roll
I
twice.
believe-
Oof. Roll twice, take the
Oh,
higher.
First roll.
Oh
I'll
no.
want that. No, I
Okay.
get 2 rolls.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hopefully this will be better.
Yeah.
Come on,
Hopefully.
not a 2 and 3.
Oh, it wasn't a 2 and 3.
6 and 1 is can I spend a dire point?
You can.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, to maintain your hold, you feel it just try to push on you, manage to hold it up, and essentially, it's angry, you feel the ground warp underneath you, and it is going to recast that spell and just try to smack you with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just spell. It doesn't have to come from its mouth, I guess.
Please die.
Yep.
This is the next round, so I would get an off turn ability. Let me think here.
Off turn portal warp.
I'm trying to think. I think
don't
I'm.
often abilities refresh when they reach
Yeah.
your turn. Not
It's
one
it's the next
turn.
round. So my off turn ability is because I'm like literally almost the last thing to go.
Yeah. Let me check when. Yeah.
I think they don't refresh per round. It just whenever
Once it
after
reaches your
turn.
turn. Yeah, after it reaches your turn.
Yeah, it has to hit your turn. But
Well, it did
it did. Yeah, that's the
because
thing.
the last
Yeah.
off turn thing I used was like
That's what
was,
you meant. Okay.
Yeah.
was like several
Yeah.
turns ago.
Pax is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just trying to think. I think, or let's see if this will if I'll actually be allowed to do this.
Mhm.
As he's trying to shoot a spike at me, I'm just going to open a warp gate under my feet, and while still holding onto the snake, just drop through it, 30 feet in the air. I'm gonna essentially try to pile drive this snake's head into the ground.
This is his.
Okay.
Is his attempt to give up.
Oh my gosh.
My
Uh,
favorite
Yeah.
wrestler, Pax Cena.
Pax, do you want to try to repel the spell? You're still gonna get hit by it. So if you want to try to repel, go ahead. If not, then you're just gonna take the damage.
Gonna
But
eat my 3 wounds and pile drive a snake head into the ground.
So some
okay.
people cast magic instead of repelling, but Pax pile drives instead of repelling.
I can't cast magic anyway. It would permanently lower my focus by 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So
His magic is overwhelming violence.
my ruling on this is, since you have beaten this snake essentially 3 times in a wrestling contest, instead it's still going to take 3 strength 5 hits, but instead of having its usual defense, it is going to what is your strength, Pax? 7?
7.
It is going to take a defense penalty of your strength for this. So it is essentially at a defense of 1. So 3 plus.
Well, Heath is going to have some fun.
No, just for this impact. Yep. It
has 8 defense.
You drop on it and you feel a few small bones in its head crack. It has 7 defense, but you can't have a defense of 0. So Pax has managed to wound this thing twice without slapping it. The snake essentially gives up at this point because you just pile drove its head into the floor and it is dazed. It still has moves left, but this unintelligent snake is like, what the fuck? And
someone out-snaked me.
Pax still took his 3 wounds, so
Pax took his 3 wounds, and Heath, it is your turn.
Before the end of Snake's turn, Heath takes inspiration from the myth of from the Odyssey. I assume that he has read Odyssey, or at least he has heard about those stories.
Yeah, there's stories like that all over.
So he tries to make almost he wants to plug his ears as hard as he can, by using like spawn or grow to make something that could plug his ears.
You can grow mushrooms in your ears. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, do that.
Found absorbent mushrooms.
Yep.
Honestly.
They're very spongy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are spongy.
You grow some mushrooms in your ears. Sounds good.
Okay. It was an off-turn ability.
It is an off-turn, yes.
Okay. So,
Clean your earwax problem.
Yeah, they will eat it. Okay. I assume I can move like. Oh no, it collides with the wall.
Yeah, there's a little stair wall thing.
Okay, can I move like this?
Mm-hmm. Of course. Go ahead and
Okay.
now make
10, so 2.
make a perception check at advantage with a +2 bonus. So it's 2d6 plus 3. Roll twice.
Okay.
Roll twice. Take the higher.
Oh,
That's good.
well, you're good.
You pass it. So you shrug off. The mushrooms help. The mushroom ears help to absorb the sound. And
Okay, 1, 2. Third move. It also kinda go behind it,
mm-hmm.
so I don't get bitten.
Mm-hmm.
But you really can't because it's dazed.
Yeah, it's
cracked a couple of its skull bones.
it's not doing wonderful. Pax is
Okay,
bleeding
I
again.
have
Oh
I
yeah.
have 10 defense, right?
Yes, if you have
Yes.
shifted. If you have shifted, yes.
Okay, I shifted 1 because I had 9
Yep.
because of Zaben.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so I have how much attack? I have 6 attack. That's still pretty good. So Flash roll.
Yep.
Mm,
Pretty sure you're gonna win.
I hope
Pretty
so.
hard not to. Yeah.
I also hope so.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
All right. This thing has a. What is your strength?
My strength is 6.
6. So
Yeah,
you
6
are
versus
looking
7.
for a 5+. Go ahead and roll.
Ooh,
away.
yikes.
Well, let's. Do I roll with advantage or something?
No,
Well,
not for this. Pax already used that to hold the snake. 2
that's-
wounds.
Oh, 2. That's not bad.
And let's start giving this thing more status effects. Because that is how I keep track of wounds. By the way, if you look at the combat tracker, you can see the effects that are lit up. That will show you how many
Yeah.
wounds a creature has already taken.
Yeah.
Because I can't get any bars to show in a good way that function quickly. So
Yeah, roll 20 has.
Mhm.
You can make health bars in roll 20, but I don't know if you can make them in Foundry.
You can. You just have to
There.
get modules and whatnot.
Yeah.
Play around with stuff.
connected to
Okay,
character sheets.
I spent 4 moves as of
Mhm.
now, 3 on movement, 1 on attack.
Mhm.
I have one more.
Regular move.
Yeah, because of tactics or however it was called.
Paths. Yep.
Pass
Tactics
gives
is-
any move. Tactics gives move, which is the weirdest thing. I'm reminding Jesse of that.
I swear I'm gonna change it just because you give me crap every time I say the word.
Okay, so I use Spike Flower to impale it.
Is that an auto hit for you? Because this creature has already cast its spell.
Oh shit, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an auto hit for me, but I will still lore. Yes, I
Yeah.
will lore for it. I will roll for it because
Okay. How many wounds is that
I
gonna
want
deal?
my dire points.
All right.
What did you ask?
How many wounds is that gonna deal?
Let me check. If I use all of them on it will deal 6 wounds.
All right. Go ahead and roll the spell.
Was it the 3?
This would be considered a chaotic situation. Oh, nice dubs.
Yes.
God.
That'll give you 30.
I think I can get 2 dire points out of that.
You can rechannel that into 2 dire points. Yes, you may.
Okay.
That drops the actual casting focus to, instead of 30, it drops it down to 22, but being that this thing can't resist, you deal it 6 wounds, and it is going to make a death roll.
It made it.
No, it did not roll under its wound total.
Oh, you have to go under.
You have,
Yeah.
yep.
It works like Warhammer, because in Warhammer Fantasy you have to roll low.
And since there's no one here to heal it, Heath, you drive the just start beating on the body of this thing, and eventually your fist cracks a hole in the scale. At which point you summon the flower, but in a way you I don't think have up to this point. And in the middle of this basilisk, a blossom erupts past Pax. You feel this thing go limp on your shoulder as Heath's spike flower almost rips this creature in half. And it is going to take the dead status effect.
The dead
Okay.
status effect. Can you clear the dead status effect with heal?
You can actually, if you have anyone there to heal you, but unless Heath wants to heal the basilisk, I don't think it's coming back to life.
I think Pax would
it's a
slap you with a
monster.
snake
I
if you
can't
did.
keep it.
All right. With that,
Okay, so I like shake the blood off my hands, and
sounds good.
I like wipe them with something, and then touch Max lightly, trying to not get him dirty, and heal him for 4 because I focus my healing.
All right, sounds good. Zavin, you're up. You just have the
I'll
siren
spend
there.
the free move
Mm-hmm.
to get into range. I still have my battle summon up,
You do.
and I'll just attempt to do another charge, or not charge, boost. Come on, I got it. Let's go.
All right.
And I'm just gonna 7 it, all my moves. And by
Oh.
7, I mean 7 damage it.
All right.
So I'll just first one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the spell. It is going to try to repel. I don't think it's going to hit that. No, it doesn't. You, the swords erupt from the ground, impale what ethereal core this creature has. Instantly, it vanishes in a pile of, or a burst of energy, and the sound pots go away.
It doesn't get a death roll. Death roll
No,
or not, I would have kept on killing it.
it has 1 wound, so getting 7 wounds.
Control below that.
Yeah, and getting 7 wounds is kind of what's the rule? Is it more than half again?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it insta kill with that
Well.
spell.
Okay, now I will see
man,
the
whatever
basilisk
works.
stat block because we killed it, and I feel okay with it now.
And with
I
that,
think if you ever want to throw a wrench in Zavin's ability to do any kind of damage, just introduce an earth controller elemented thing.
yeah,
And Zavin is just completely useless. Although actually,
It's not
There
useless,
are-
he's dead.
there are a couple things I could do to the basilisk in the state, like, let's say Heath didn't manage to come over to it, and maybe the siren wasn't there. I could have technically done earth controller stuff that didn't hurt it, but
Mhm.
disabled it in a sense. Like, I don't know if this is allowed, but I'll ask. So could I use my earth controller powers like restrict or stun, or no? That's ineffective.
of course,
You can.
yeah.
Okay.
You're
Well,
just
the
you're
ones that
you're immune to the
damage do not
damage.
hurt.
Yep.
Okay, but stun restraining still works.
Mhm.
I was also going to try to use an application of dual cast and or boost, where I would, I suppose rather than shield, I would first diamond wall, then reshape it into basically being like a cage for its mouth, so that Pax wouldn't need to keep on holding it down.
Mm-hmm.
So that would restrict its ability to attack with its fangs, unless it had enough draw strength to burst through a 10 defense. Well, it's not 10 defense, 8 defense diamond wall.
Yep. That would work.
Nice.
Like that's not a damaging spell, so it's not immune to its effects.
So long as it doesn't damage, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But my ability to kill it is greatly hampered.
Mm-hmm. You all are a little harried. Not 100% sure what just happened. But you survived a basilisk and a siren. After this, you realize that the things within this fortress don't seem to be as much determined to kill as they are to capture. Being that basilisks petrify and sirens have some mind control, or some form of bodily control. And
Basilisk are also monsters, so they will kill anyways.
Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Unless the sirens control them not to kill. I don't know.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.